All right, we're back, and we got some new news that could potentially affect the rest of the NBA this upcoming season. So, if you're not aware, Fred VanVleet out for the year, torn ACL. If you're the Rockets, how do you pivot? How do you rectify this error that's currently taking place with your organization? And I would say it's difficult. It's not just an easy fix because your starting point guard is out, and you're left with Holiday and Reed as your point guard options for this team. Those guys aren't going to cut it. Does Reed have potential to somewhat be reliable one day? Yes, that day is not here, though. It's not here yet. At least I don't feel comfortable in saying that day is here yet. I don't think he's gotten enough reps to just be thrown into the fire like that yet, especially with a team that's trying to immediately compete for a chip. To each his own. As far as Holiday, great guard off the bench. I don't feel comfortable starting him or asking him to go guard another team's best guard on a night-to-night basis. Sorry, that's out of his limitations. I don't think he's capable of that. Now, your options. They have about, I think it's maybe 8 or 9 players that aren't allowed to be traded until the 15th of December. So those guys are off the table for any immediate moves. And as far as the guys that they do have that don't fall under that category that could legitimately be moved is Reed and Eason. Tari Eason and Reed are two guys that you could move, get back a point guard, or clear up some space contractually or cap space to where you could sign someone in free agency, like maybe a Russell Westbrook or a Ben Simmons or a Patrick Beverley, 3 guys that have been rumored to have some ties to Houston currently with this injury currently happening. Other than that, they're either going to wait and have to try to play in the fire with Reed and Holiday, or you got to move Reed or Eason and try to get in a guard. What direction would you go? Because it's not just black and white. It's also important to mention too that they can't use the disabled player exception because it's going to put them at the first apron, which is something they don't want to willingly sign up for, especially for someone that's going to be somewhat of an insurance policy for the organization. That's not something you willingly sign up for. So, what do? Do you try to withstand the fire? Do you try to move someone who could potentially be your future in a Reed and try to get back somebody who can help you now? Hey, I would say I have Kevin Durant on my team. I have a roster that I look at and I say we can win now. If that means me sacrificing Reed, I may have to consider it because this isn't an ideal situation. But you have to put the fire out before it gets to a point before you have a hole in your organization that you won't be able to fix. So I'm interested to see how is Houston going to how are they going to pivot? How are they going to reroute? What are they going to do to fill this gap in their starting five now? Because I don't think you can go into the season relying on Reed and Holiday. I just don't see it. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think. How do you think Houston should pivot? It is what it is.